Hello guys, it's Steve here. It is Sunday, March 11th, 2018, and I'm fucking tired. And the reason why? Because it's fucking daylight savings. I had to lose an hour of sleep. Yeah, fuck daylight savings. I'm doing another rant on daylight savings, like I did the last 3 years. I did a daylight savings rant since 2015. I did one in 2015, 2016, last year in 2017. And I'm doing another one this year. I'll do another one next year for sure in 2019. I'll do it in 2020. I'll do it in 2021, 2022, 2003, or 23, and so on. But because every year, every time daylight savings happens, it always pisses me off that I lose an hour of sleep, and I always have to get it off my chest. So that's why I do one every year. But fucking daylight savings, what the hell is the damn point of this day? You basically lose an hour of sleep. I mean, basically you have it twice a year. You have daylight savings and daylight savings ending time. Daylight savings is obviously in March, the first Sunday in March, I believe. Or the second Sunday in March, I don't know. And you got the, one in November, daylight savings ending time, the first Sunday in November. The one in November, I mean, that one's better, obviously, because, you push clocks backwards, and you get an extra hour of sleep. It's like 1:59, and, once, after 1:59, you push your clocks back, you get an extra, you start the 1 o'clock hour over again. You get 2 hours of 1 o'clock a.m. hour. You know what I mean? And you basically gain an hour of sleep. You get an extra hour, and you're obviously not pissed off or tired or cranky the next day because you're more rested. You got more rest. You have more energy. But the one in March, you push the clock forward. You go from 1:59 to 3 o'clock a.m., you skip an hour, and so you lose an hour of sleep, and you're all tired the next day and in a bad mood and cranky and grumpy. Yeah. And that's why I like the one in November better, even though I still think it's fucking stupid that we have to touch clocks and change it. What the hell is the point of this? Why do we gotta change clocks forwards and backwards, like, twice a year? I don't get the fucking point of it. Basically to save electricity, was what I heard. That's fucking stupid. People are still gonna have their lights on when it's fucking light out. When the sun's still up in the sky. I mean, look at these schools. When you're in school, they're still gonna have the classroom light on, even though it's sunny outside. So that's fucking stupid and pointless. People are still gonna have their lights on. That's not gonna do shit. That's pointless. And also, you get an extra hour of daylight, which honestly, I don't mind that. I don't mind an extra hour of daylight, Because, you could be outside longer and not worry about it getting too dark. Because, in the winter time, the sun goes down at like 5 p.m. So you can't do outdoor activities that long because it gets dark early. And yeah, that kind of sucks, but in the winter time or in the summertime, the sun goes down at like 8:30ish, 9 o'clock. More hours of sunlight, which is fine. But if we didn't have daylight savings, the sun would go down at like 7:30, 8 o'clock instead of 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish. You know what I mean? So we would still have more sunlight than we do in the winter. But I don't know. I just think daylight savings time is fucking stupid. We're still getting more sunlight in the summer. But this day is just fucking stupid. I can't stand daylight savings. I mean, again, you skip an hour. Like, like last night I recorded my TV, like the hours. I'll show you it.
Alright, so
8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30. Come on. 12, 12:30, 1, 1:30, and 3. See?
He certainly is. Trader's been way too busy this weekend on a 3-3 weekend with Wolves.
It goes from 1:30 to 3. They skip the entire 2 o'clock hour because of this daylight savings.
Brought in by Robinson.
Yeah, so again, you skip an entire hour. You go from the 1 o'clock hour, skips the entire 2 o'clock hour, and goes to 3 o'clock. And it makes people lose an hour of sleeping. Gets us all pissed off. It sucks if you have to fucking work the next day, you know? You lose an hour. Honestly, businesses should not be open on daylight savings. Or at least maybe start the open an hour later so people can get that same amount of sleep instead of losing an hour, you know what I mean? Like, let's just say the business opens at like, let's just say you work at Walmart or whatever. Walmart opens at like 6 o'clock a.m. Well, instead of opening at 6 o'clock a.m. on daylight savings, open at 7 a.m. Open an hour later so people won't have to lose an hour of sleep, you know? But I don't think businesses do that. Maybe some do. I could be wrong. I don't know. But fuck daylight savings. It's just, you know, it makes people fucking tired. It's usually the first couple days after daylight savings. Like, you go to school on that Monday. You're all tired. It's hard to sleep. It fucks up your sleeping schedule. Like, usually you fall asleep, let's say you have to wake up the next morning at 6 a.m. and you fall asleep at 11 p.m. Well, because of daylight savings, if you fall asleep at 11, you're gonna fall asleep at midnight because of daylight savings, and again, you're gonna lose an hour. I don't know. It fucks up your sleeping. It makes it hard to sleep. I mean, that's why you lose an hour. You end up getting used to it later on, but still, it just sucks. It makes people feel like shit. And again, the first couple days after daylight savings, schools and businesses should either be closed the entire days or just start an hour late. You know, some people fucking forget about changing their clocks forwards or backwards. There's sometimes I almost forgot, but I ended up changing it. Excuse me. And people end up being late the next day or whatever. Like, let's just say you forget about daylight savings. You start work at like 8 o'clock, you get up at 6, you leave at 7. Well, when you get up at 6 o'clock, it's actually 7 o'clock, but your clock is still at 6 o'clock because you forgot to change the clocks, you know? So you wake up at 6, which is really 7 o'clock now. You leave for work at 7 o'clock, which is 8 o'clock now. So you're late. You leave at the time you're supposed to be at work, and then, or school, whatever, work or school. And then 8 o'clock when you're supposed to be at work, it's 9 o'clock, you're an hour late, you get to work or school, your boss is fucking pissed off at you. You're an hour late! What's wrong with you? Why are you an hour late? He may fire you for being late. Or, you know, at school or whatever, you get a tardy. And if you get 5 tardies, well, you get a detention. Let's just say you have 4 tardies, and you're trying your best not to get that 5th tardy, but daylight savings happens, you forget to put your clocks backwards or forwards, whatever. You forgot to put your clock forwards, and you end up being late the next day because you forgot to change your clock, and you get that 5th tardy, you get a detention. Daylight savings gave you a detention. You know, fuck daylight savings. It's just stupid. That's what it causes. Some people forget. And even in November, the one in November when it ends, you push the clocks backwards. You wake up at 6 o'clock a.m. when it's really now 5 o'clock, because again, you forgot to change your clocks backwards. You leave for work at 7 o'clock, which is 6 o'clock, and you get to work at 8 o'clock. That's the time you're supposed to get to work, but it's 7 o'clock when you get there, and you realize, where is everybody? There's no one here. And you're an hour early. You realize you're an hour early because you forgot to push your clocks backwards, you know? Yeah, fuck daylight savings. It's just stupid. That's what it causes. I don't know. But this day is just fucking stupid. Why can't we just leave the clocks alone? It's just... Besides, I just hate having to take my clock off the wall. You know, you're sleeping. Like, let's just say you go to sleep, but you have to wake up in the middle of the night just to change your clocks. I mean, I don't. I usually just change my clocks before I go to bed. I just get it over with early, you know, so I don't have to get up in the middle of the night. But still, I hate having to take my clocks off the wall. Like, I'll show you what I'll do a demonstration of it. I got two clocks. I got this alarm clock, and I got that clock, the wall clock. So what I have to do, I have to take the clock off. I'm not actually going to take it up. I'm not fucking changing the time again. Fuck it. Just to demo. But I take it off the wall, and then I have to go to the back of the clock and then do this. Yeah, and I got to put it back on, and then this thing, I have to push the buttons to change the time. Yeah. I just hate having to do that shit. Fuck daylight savings. It's not even good for your health. It's bad for your health. It could lead to heart attacks. I researched and saw on the news. Daylight savings, it could lead to fucking heart attacks. And it also can cause car accidents. You know, you're so tired after daylight savings in the morning when you're driving. You get into car accidents and shit. That's what it fucking leads to. You know, if daylight savings causes car accidents or heart attacks or affects people's health, then why the fuck do we have this shit? Why the hell does this still exist? Why the hell is this still going on? If it affects your health or leads to car accidents, then this day needs to fucking stop. We need to stop daylight savings and just leave the clocks alone all year round. You know? The saving electricity shit is bullshit. It's stupid. It doesn't save electricity. And we're still gonna get an extra hour of daylight. Yeah, it'll go down at 7:30 instead of 8:30, but we still got an extra hour of daylight than in the winter and fall. You know? I don't know. And I hate when the sun comes up so fucking early at like 4 a.m. That's when the sun comes up. I'm still sleeping at that time, and it gets the light in my room. Yeah, that's why I have to put a blanket over my window to prevent that from happening, or some shades to prevent the sun from getting in. It's still gonna somewhat get in, but I mean, then again, if we didn't have daylight savings, okay, so daylight savings, again, the hours going forward, you push an hour forward. If the sun comes up at 4:30 a.m. in daylight savings, if you didn't have daylight savings, then that means it would probably come up at 3:30 a.m. So, okay, daylight savings does, you know, some good there. Because it'd be even worse if the sun came up at 3:30. That's still the middle of the night. That's when people are still sleeping. But, yeah, fuck daylight savings. And for people in Saskatchewan, Canada, like Saskatoon, Regina, or anywhere in Saskatchewan, or Arizona, or a couple other states, and some other places around the world, don't do daylight savings. They have the same time all year round. However, my friend Sean told me that It affects the TV schedules, like a TV show that you watch which is usually at 6 o'clock p.m. Well, that show that's on 6 o'clock p.m. will be on at 7 o'clock p.m. and it'll just fuck up the TV schedule timing. I don't know. But, whatever. So I'd rather have the same time all year round than have this daylight savings. And again, I don't mind having an extra hour of daylight. The sun going down later. You know, I could do outdoor activities more later. And not worry about it getting dark. But still, it's just... It gets you all tired. And it affects your health. And it's just pointless. There's no point into this. And I just hate having to take my clock off the wall. But anything else I have to say, I don't know. Man, I'm fucking tired because of this daylight savings. I'm not too tired. I don't feel like shit, honestly. Not that bad. I'm just a little tired right now, but I don't know. We need to sign a petition to end daylight savings because, again, it's just stupid, it's pointless, and it affects people's health. It gives people heart attacks or causes other health problems or car accidents. If daylight saving causes that shit, then it should not exist. It needs to fucking end. You can't... Who came up with the idea of this shit? Oh! Hey! Let's create daylight savings time to make people lose an hour of sleep and make them tired and feel like shit! Yeah! Oh! God, it's not funny. Fuck daylight savings! Leave the clocks alone! God! I'm gonna end this video now. Screw daylight savings. What are your thoughts? Feel free to comment down below. And yeah, I'll do more rants, vlogs, reviews, any type of video I do on this channel. I'll do probably a couple videos this week. I only did one video last week, and that was a week ago. But I say maybe later this week I'll do a couple videos. We'll see. But yeah, see you later, guys. Goodbye. Have a good one. I'll do more reviews. I think I mentioned that. Reviews, rants, vlogs. I think I mentioned that. Bye, guys.